David, you've ended up on the losing side, but just firstly, sum up for me how surreal it was to be up against Usain Bolt, who'd been played through one-on-one, and then he puts it through your legs, David. How did that feel?
The mad thing is, obviously I played against Usain a few times, and every time he said, I'm going to score, I'm going to score, I'm going to score. This is the first time that he hasn't said it, and he scored. We did a lot of training with Dave, and I said to Dave in the change room afterwards, I said, do you know what, we didn't train on one-on-ones. So I kind of found myself in a very unusual position, something which I haven't faced in probably, 10 years. And you know what, he finished well. David said to me afterwards, yeah, that's another one. He done that against me a few years ago. So, yeah.
It's another loss for England as well. I mean, when are they going to get it right? It's 5 in a row now for the rest of the world.
The competitor in me is frustrated another year, but I've found out where we are with regards to donations, and my understanding is that there are more individual donations this year than there were last year. Therefore, there has technically been more money raised by the general public, and that's what we're here for. So it's been another fantastic effort by everyone at home. We've tried to put on a performance. That World 11.
You're a former Manchester City, Liverpool, England goalkeeper. Please can you give us a detailed analysis of Paddy McGuinness's performance in goal?
The cat. He used every conceivable technique, I think, to stop the ball. With a bit of panache at times. But yeah, I mean, I'm just so glad Paddy played, because a couple of years ago, he was supposed to play. Joel Dummett got injured. Sorry, he got injured and Joel Dummett played. But I thought Paddy will leave the pitch with his head held high after doing a magnificent performance.
Paddy, commiserations on the losing side today. How do you feel?
I know, gutted really, but once we lost Scholesy and then Dawes, just the floods get opened a little bit. And when you've got Robbie Keane bending him in, like, you could put 2 goalkeepers in the net, Peter Shilton, David Seaman, stick them all in, no one's saving them. It's just one of them things, you know.
We've just spoken to David James, who was on your team. We asked him to describe your performance. He called you the cat, and he said that you'd used every part of your body to save it. What do you make of that?
Well, he's been calling me something very similar all week, but it wasn't that. It sounded like that, but yeah, no, it is what it is. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, as a football fan, I saved 1 of Totti's, 1 of Nanny's, and 1 of Robbie Keane's, and I thought that'll do for me. It's just one of them things, you know. It's a shame, but they just had so much class up front. It's unstoppable.
Can you just talk us through what it's like when you're not a footballer and you've suddenly got Nanny bearing down on goal, about to unleash a shot? How bad are the butterflies as Lee Mack comes in?
Yeah, it's weirdly, once you get your hands to a couple. Cheers, Tom. Once you get your hands to a couple, you always see them and you're worried, because what's worrying about them, like the non-pros who are coming, you've got a rough idea where they're going, but they're going to shoot from anywhere. That's the worst. So it's about where you place yourself. But you know, the main thing is all the fans come out today, all the kids. It was been an amazing atmosphere.
Absolutely. How can England get it right next year? Got to end this run, haven't they?
No injuries. It was just injuries killed us. We were back 2-1. We were back in it. Scholes, he went. Dawes went. It's 2 crucial players, and it is what it is. Yeah.
Tom, commiserations on the losing side, but how did it feel to be playing in that game today?
Absolutely extraordinary. I mean, just to be here, just to play with 3 lions on my shirt, to play on this team with these people in front of this extraordinary crowd, everybody here, everybody watching at home, and everybody who's given to UNICEF, who do this extraordinary work for children. It's a completely magical, unforgettable night for me. I'll never forget it.
I have to say, you were impressing us in the talkSPORT commentary box. Some really good touches at times. What did you make of your own performance?
I'll let you be the judge of that. It's my first 90 minutes at Old Trafford, so you know, I'm sure I'll be thinking about things, mistakes I made, you know. But you know, I think I was marking Usain Bolt for the first half.
What's that like?
It's terrifying. But I think I beat him on 2 occasions, and as an amateur runner, he's my hero for the longest time. And I'll take that with me. It's just to be there with him. Extraordinary.
Also on the pitch then is Mo Farah as well.
I told him. We went for a run together this morning, and I remember Super Saturday in 2012 and what he did, and I told him how moved I was and how extraordinary I think he is. Yeah, he put in amazing. What an extraordinary human being he is.
Just quickly, out of the pros that you did play with today, who impressed you the most? When you're on that pitch with some of those ex-pros, some of the names that are on there, who impressed you the most?
Yeah. For England, it was amazing to play with. I thought Gary Cahill's remarkable. And Jack Wilshere. I mean, I think Jack, for England, he seemed to keep the ball. He was strong on the ball. He was cat controlled. You know, he could see the space. Great. I mean, they're all amazing. Jill Scott, Eni Aluko, Paul Scholes. This is his home. Passed me the ball a few times, and I didn't make the mistake of not passing it back to him. So I'm pleased I did that. Gary Neville. On the other side, extraordinary to play with Patrice Evra, Nani, Francesco Totti, Roberto Carlos. All these players I've looked up to all my life, and then of the non-players, you know, they've got some amazing. You know, Noah Beck, what a player he is. Kem Centenay, Heather O'Reilly. These are proper pros.
I'm sure they're going home tonight, though, saying that they got to share a pitch with Loki, though. They must be.
You'll have to ask them.
Tom, thanks very much.